Good morning. How are we doing so far? We're here. Well, my friends, we're going to start by raising up some energy. We're going to drum and chant a little bit together. And as you may or may not know, you're in my percussion section. So drums and rattles and shakers and bangy things are up here. Please, by all means, grab one. I'm going to need your help. We have a new chant we're going to start learning, and it is, I think, timely and appropriate, and we need it right now. So, if you will, repeat after me. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. And we recognize our sacred worth. We have the power to transform the earth. And it goes like this. Join in as soon as you catch it. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. And we recognize our sacred worth. We have the power to transform the earth. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. And we recognize our sacred worth. We have the power to transform the earth. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. And we recognize our sacred worth. We have the power to transform the earth. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. And we recognize our sacred worth. We have the power to transform the earth. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. And we recognize our sacred worth. We have the power to transform the earth. One more time, here we go. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. We are a people at the full height of our power. This is the place, and now is the hour. And we recognize our sacred worth. We have the power to transform the earth. And we recognize our sacred worth. We have the power to transform the earth. Take a deep breath. And so now this is our opportunity to observe and interact. So take a moment, look around the room, see who's here with you today so far. And then we stand up and go say hello to someone. Go find someone you don't know or haven't seen in a really, really long time and ask them how they're doing. For those of you who are online, please put your name and where you are in the chat. We want to know that you're here. Thanks for being here today.
Good morning, everyone. Hi. Happy Sunday. Oh, it's such a pleasure to see y'all's faces. Welcome back. We have a very special welcome to those viewing us on YouTube and Facebook. We are so pleased you chose to zoom in or tune in today. My name is Jason. My pronouns are he, him. My people from my mother's side came from Poland and Turkey. My father's side from Italy and Germany. Here at CSL Santa Cruz, we acknowledge the history of colonization and its devastating impact in our world, and specifically on the original inhabitants of this land. Recognizing that both colonization and decolonization are active processes today, we are dedicated to cultivating a consciousness of inclusion, and we commit to work daily to actively decolonize our own minds, and this begins right here, right now, with the land beneath our feet, by acknowledging its original inhabitants. Please take a moment to feel the ground beneath your feet and take a deep breath in. And so we begin our morning by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is the unceded territory of the Awaswa-speaking Yupi tribe, the Amamutsan tribal band. Please join me in a moment of silence. Please join me as we speak out loud together our mission, purpose, and vision. Let's say this together mindfully. Our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Our vision is a world that works for everyone and all life on earth. We are a community dedicated to possibility. So we have a very special morning planned for you today. Our practitioners holding us in prayer today are Reverend Grace Lovejoy and Reverend Tamara Merrill. Today's musical muse is the CSL House Band and our special guests, Gina Renee and Million7. Thank you for joining us. And our message will be delivered to us through Reverend Elisha. And before we begin, I just want to invite Adora David to talk about Tara Dance. Let's give her a round of applause as she makes her way to the stage.
Thank you, Jason. So Tara is the great mother, the archetype of divine feminine. She really represents compassion and wisdom. And in this green Tara practice that I lead here, we embody 21 different praises of Tara. And I wanted to just show you 2 of them because it is such a moving prayer to sing, move, dance, and be in that place where you're totally embodying your prayer. So I'm going to show you 2 of them. Will you hold the mic? It's hard to do in that. So the first one is fierce compassion. So the mudra is this, fierce compassion. The next one is true refuge. True refuge. So with each of the different prayers and praises, we embody them and we move through the practice. And each month when I lead this, I'm leading it this coming Tuesday at 4:30, we do the same practice. So you really get out of your head and it's a moving prayer. So I hope some of you will join us. Me. Om Tare.
Thank you. Let's get on with the show. Yay.
So we have a new chant that we're going to be doing every Sunday, inspired by last week and one of the songs that we did, and we're kind of expanding on that. So some of you kind of know this a little bit already, and it's pretty easy to pick up, so just sing it with us. This is for everyone. We are a land of many colors, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a land of many colors, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We all stand for women's choices. We all stand for women's choices, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We all stand for women's choices, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are peaceful, loving people. We are peaceful, loving people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are peaceful, loving people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. And we are singing, singing for our lives.
Much. That song felt good, didn't it? That feels good because I hardly ever get to be a gentle, angry person. And at the moment, I am that. Thou art that. Praise God indeed. So if you will, just take a deep breath, close your eyes, put your feet on the floor so you're well grounded, and know these things with me. That what that song was representing is what we are saying. That we have the right to be angry because it is a powerful force. It is a driving force. We're not rageful. We're indignant. And as we go into the depth of this prayer, this is what I want you to know. God is all there is. That means that in this moment, all of this brouhaha is also God. Something is emerging, something big, something important, and we're part of it. And as we stand for that quality of God known as freedom, we draw forth from within ourselves the energy it takes to make the changes we wish to see. Because Gandhi was right. We have to be the change we wish to see. So I know right here and right now, we all find a strength and a peace and an energy, and we are going to sing ourselves into a place of higher consciousness, and we're going to take the whole dang world with us. That's the truth, and so it is. Amen.
Good celebrating. I like to say that instead of good morning, but morning is good too, right? We need it all. I love how you guys honor the emotions. This is a beautiful space. This is my first time here, and I think Seth's as well. Thank you for having us. So we're just going to share with you from our hearts this music that we feel is medicine, and may it be a blessing for you. So shall we go inside, go within? We are also known as the soul bath experience. Sometimes our souls do need a bath. I want to give you a taste of that today. Just a mini bath today. Yes, I'm Gina. This is $1,000,007, aka Seth. Do you wanna step inside? Do you wanna go for a ride? Do you wanna step inside? Do you wanna go for a ride? Do you wanna step inside? Do you wanna go for a ride? Do you wanna step inside? Do you wanna go for a ride? Do you wanna, do you wanna, do you wanna? Do you wanna, do you wanna, do you wanna, do you wanna, do you? Do you wanna, do you wanna, do you wanna? Do you wanna, do you wanna, do you wanna, do you wanna, do you? Do you wanna? Yeah. Do you wanna step inside and remember who you truly are? So I can tell that the energy here is that we really are people about humanity and our shared humanity with all other humans, right? So this song that I'm about to sing is dedicated to every human being, and it is called Humanity. And as you start to hear the chorus, you're welcome to sing it with me as we go along. And I hope that it lifts you up. Ooh, yeah. Humanity, the only way out is through our humanity. It's up to me and you to remember our humanity. What's it gonna be? I know that I give you where you are me. Woke up this morning, oh yeah. I was feeling kinda lost, until I stepped outside and I heard the birds sing. I felt the breeze blow through the trees and the sun on my skin, and I remembered humanity. The only way out is through our humanity. Yeah, it's up to me and you to remember our humanity. What's it gonna be? I know that I see you, where do you see me? So many changes going on in the world. They're asking us to cope and wait on the unknown. It's deep in our hearts, we feel the truth. Yes, we do. That we have more power than we know. So let's gather and let's go. Oh, humanity. The only way out is through humanity. Well, it's up to me and you to remember our humanity. giving up all the hatred, keeping us separated. It's a bust. Time is up. This is us. We're related. Can't deny what's been stated. This fact can't erase it. Listen up. We're made up of the same stuff, and that's it. So if you hate that one kid just because they are different, that's yourself that you're hating, and this is what you created. We're giving up domination, ignorance, and complacence, because we remember we're one race, one people, one nation, humanity. The only way out is through humanity. Yeah, it's up to me and you to remember our humanity. What's it gonna be? Oh, humanity. Yeah, it's up to you and me. And I see that's what we and all of you are creating it here in this space. What a beautiful thing I see, to create a place where we can remember everybody. Sing it with me. Humanity. The only way out is through. The only way out is through humanity. Yeah, it's up to me and you to remember our humanity. What's it gonna be? I know that I feel you and I think you, yeah, you feel me. Yeah. When we take that moment, to take that breath and remember we are the same deep down in our bones, in our bodies, in our souls, in our blood, 'cause we know we are one and we're living that right now. So I just want to give you some love and tell you that I see you. I see you. Thank you so much for representing humanity. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. I realize after that soul bath that I think I need a soul spa day. Good morning, my friends. How you doing out there today? I am. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Hi there. I'm whacking people. Thank you. Yeah, I took last week off. I got to go to San Francisco and go to Pride. And that was a lovely opportunity to just be in celebration in such a turning moment. There was a fierceness to Pride last weekend that I really appreciated. So I am Reverend Elisha Christopher. I am your spiritual director here at the Center for Spiritual Living. My pronouns are they and them, and my ancestors on my father's side come from Ireland and Scotland, and from my mother's side from Austria and Holland. So let's begin as always by taking a few deep breaths together. So first just exhale and let it all out. And take a deep breath in. And let go. Another deep breath. And let go. One more. Well, my friends, a lot has changed in the world since I saw you last. Holy schmoly. Joel Goldsmith says that freedom is not a condition of the government, it is a freedom of the soul. It is a condition of the soul. Freedom is not a condition of the government. It does not come from outside of us. That freedom is a condition of our souls. And as many of you know, and if you are visiting or new today, this year at CSL Santa Cruz is our year of inner and outer permaculture. And we are using the 12 principles of permaculture as described by David Holmgren as our 12 months themes. And so each month we've been exploring a different principle of permaculture, inviting us how to build a new culture for ourselves, for our community, and for the world. And this month, the month of July, our theme or our principle is use slow and small solutions. Oh. See, you might hear where this is going to go. Because I've had an unfortunate realization this week about how small and slow solutions, depending on how you define solutions, can lead to big, dramatic changes. Right? And think about the last 50 years since Roe v. Wade became the law of the land. That the people who sought to fight against this thing went into motion immediately. And when I think about what I'll just for the purposes of today's talk call the rabid Christian Reich, has fiercely, unwaveringly, without losing hope or falling into despair, fought for their purpose, right? And it's a Supreme Court justice here. It's a law there. It's this and that, little bit by little bit by little bit by little bit. What happened in the last week has been in motion for 40 years. This did not just happen overnight, right? And the thing that we can learn from this is the power of small incremental changes, right? Is the power of recognizing that one little step, followed by another little step, followed by another little step, leads to a magnificent cascade that can look like great change that happens all at once, right? If we're not paying attention to those little incremental changes, we can be taken by surprise. This should not have been a surprise, right? We all got the memo a few weeks ago that this was going to happen. I'm pissed. I'm just going to say it. I'm really pissed. And I want to really invite all of us to embrace what there is here to feel for us right now. Because one of the biggest things that we do to ourselves is tell ourselves that what we're feeling is wrong. And oftentimes that stops us in our tracks. When maybe anger is justified. When maybe this is the opportunity for all of us to take the circumstances, the conditions of the world as the invitation to step up into something more. Right? We claim that we have a vision of a world that works for everyone, that we are a people who are awakening to our spiritual magnificence, that see God in everyone, that fight for truth and justice in the American way, right? Maybe. And yet, what I find on the side of people who tend to fight for equality and justice and equity and the rights of others and the environment is we are often a little overwhelmed by how bad it is. Right? That we feel the energy in ourselves that it's time to stand up, that it's time to do something, and then we look at who we might point and say is the other side and say, but look look what's happening. Right? And I see a lot of people who are constantly fighting for the environment, fighting for social justice, fighting for queer and trans rights, fighting for women's rights, fighting for all that we need to fight for, often getting very discouraged that we're not heading in the direction that we should be. And I tell you, my friends, that hopelessness and despair will motivate you to do nothing. Right. And that if you are feeling hopelessness or despair, reach up as far as you can and grab that anger and pull it into you. Because that is the next higher thought. To move from hopelessness to anger is a step of expansion, is a step into power, is a step into claiming our truth. If you're angry, Turn that anger into passion and let that fire fuel your rocket ship. If you are impassioned, take a step and take a stand. Wherever you are, reach up to the next level of emotion, to the next level of expansion, to the next level of power that is waiting to be expressed through you. I've had this lovely biblical image in my head all week of Jesus flipping the money changer tables over. It's time, Let's step out and flip some tables, y'all. We have got to stand up. We have got to believe in our vision as strongly as those who have another vision fight and believe in theirs. Because I believe, and you've heard me say before, Margaret Mead reminds us, never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has. But what I realized this week is she doesn't say for good or bad. Right? Never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world. They just did. We can learn from this, my friends. We do not have to get every single person on board with us. What we need to do is awaken a movement. A movement of consciousness, an evolution of our human family to step ever deeper into who and what we claim and know we truly are. That we are divine, that we are spiritually magnificent, that it is the power and the presence of the universe, of evolution, of consciousness, of God itself that is looking through our eyes. And let us live and work and build a world where that is the truth that we are seeking to remind ourselves of, to look for, and to value and respect in each other. If we believe that all is God and that life is infinite and that life is eternal, then let us fight for the truth and the ability of each person to make their own choice, to live a life of possibility. And to remember that there is nothing that anyone can do to ever snuff out a life. If life is eternal, then life is eternal. We are living in a moment, my friends, where we are being called up. Neil Donald Walsh reminds us over and over and over again that every time you choose to be something, everything unlike it shows up, right? Well, it was rephrased to me recently, and I probably said this to you a couple weeks ago, but it's important. When we choose to be something, everything unlike it, therefore, must reveal itself so that we can clear it, so that we can heal it, so that we can move it out of the way, so that we can throw it away, so that we can destroy it, so that we can then live into what we've asked for. Right? But if we call in a world that works for everyone and then do not address all the things that make the world work for very few people, we're never going to get there. We have to recognize that evoking a working world is going to require us to name and point out and dismantle every single thing that's not working. There is some great work ahead of us, my friends. And we have to remember and we have to recognize that we are in this for the long haul. That we are not going to fix the world overnight. But we can make incremental movements towards the world we want to live in every single day. But we have to recognize that it's the little things that we do that might ripple out in big, big ways. Sky's teaching the Atomic Habits class, and if anyone isn't in the class, I recommend reading the book at least. Because one of the things that book tells us is that if you are willing to make a 1% change every single day, you will make a magnanimous change over the course of a year or a decade or a lifetime. What if each one of us was committed to being 1% better today, to stand up 1% more, to do that every single day? To recognize that it is the power of our voice, it is the power of our votes, it is the power of our purchases, it is the power in every single choice that we make that is building the world in front of us. I heard this morning that during the Civil War, the Union had stacked the Supreme Court. and passed a law that said no black person could ever be a citizen of the United States. And so in response, Abraham Lincoln passed the Emancipation Proclamation. I want us to remember that we live in a nation that has a checks and balances and a three-system government. The Supreme Court is not the ultimate law of the land. We are. We are. We have to call upon our president to make some really drastic choices. And every single one of us must step up in the next voting season and vote for people who will protect our rights, who will protect the rights of women, of queer and trans people, who will protect the rights of the environment, who will maintain the separation of church and state, who will not tell us that guns are more important than women and children. We must stand up and vote for the people who will bring about the world that we are asking for, and we cannot do this passively anymore. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have some energy in me today. Because this stuff is real. And our lives depend on it. The future depends on it. The planet depends on it. If we want to claim a world that works for everyone, we have got to put our lives on the line and stand up for it in a whole new way. And we have to recognize that this is not going to change overnight, but that if every single one of us make the little 1% changes that we can make each and every day, and then invite the people around us to do the same, and continuously engage in the conversations that need to be had, continuously speak the truth that needs to be spoken, continuously stand up against injustice, we will see the tide turn. But it may take another generation. Some of us may not live to see this full, realized vision that is calling us forward, but let us give everything we have to live for it. The future is calling us, my friends. And we are being invited to be a people who are thinking about that future. Imagine right now that the future generations, the grandchildren of the people alive today, are looking back at us, looking back at you, and saying, what did you do in this time? Did you curl up into despair? Or did you rise with a new power? We are all being invited to step up, to stand for something more, something greater, something true. If anyone has ever worked with stone or seen a rock mason, if you have a large boulder that you want to split, right? There's a mallet and there's a little spike, and you hit it. And then you hit it again. You might hit it 1,000 times and never see a crack. Never see a single hairline fracture. And then on that 1,001th whack, the stone could crack in half perfectly. Nothing you do in the name of peace, of justice, of equality, of equity is done in vain. Everything you do to fight for what is right is meaningful. Even those little insignificant moments make a difference. And so recognize that you each, all of us, have the power of God in you. Let that empower your voice. Let that come through you in everything that you do. Because you are evolution in motion. And for 13.5 billion years, evolution was an activity of chance. But through us, evolution is an activity of choice. Yes. And we can choose to evolve. And we can choose to bring those around us and our community and our world with us. We are being called to a higher place, to a higher level of action and of participation in life. We're going to get riled up, my friends. We are not going to go quietly. We might be a gentle people, but we're an angry people. and we are a peaceful, loving people. And so let us find what it looks like to maintain anger and love at the same time. Recognizing that even those who we might be angry with, they also have the power and the presence of God in them. We have to raise our consciousness to a whole nother level in order to see through this stuff and see what is truly seeking to emerge here. So take a deep breath and let go. Take another deep breath in and let go. And I want to invite you to rub your hands together. Once you can feel some heat, a little tingle, a little chi, a little energy moving, pull it apart. Place your hands out in front of you. And take a deep breath. And as you hold your hands in front of you, I want each one of us to recognize that there is a power for good in this universe that is greater than we are, and that we can be used by it. And that power for good is calling on each one of us. And so I want you to imagine that there is a presence, that there is a force, that there is an energy that is calling on you, that is saying, come be me. It is whispering into your heart and mind, letting you know what is yours to do. And imagine in this moment that you can feel that pull, that you can feel that call pressing against your hands, pulling on your body, raising the energy within you. And if you could just reach out and touch it, you could pull it in. And so as we breathe into this moment of collective attention, I just remind each one of us that there is only one power, that there is only one presence, and that this is what I call God. It is my consciousness. It is the force that drives all of evolution, and it is that which brings all things into creation. And so let each one of us remember that we are the universe alive, that we are evolution in action, we are creation through choice, we are the divine. And there is an infinite power that sources each one of us. It is coursing through our veins. It is beating our hearts. It is breathing our bodies. It is speaking and hearing these words right now. And so let us be empowered by the truth that lives within us, by the very particles that are buzzing at the center of our being, reminding us that we are God. We are unlimited. And that which we choose will come about. And that which we choose collectively will come about even greater and even faster. And so I just speak a word this morning for each one of us, reminding us that there is something pulling on us, that there is an energy calling us, that there is a planet, a life, a future that is saying, who will you be in this time? And we seek to live a life that answers that question. And so I speak a word of blessing and gratitude for each person in this space, for everyone who is tuning in to this service, recognizing that we are many, and yet there is only one of us here. And so in that gratitude, in that awareness, let us surrender, let us let go, to be lived, to be moved by this presence, by this energy, by this life force. Always remembering that indeed there is a power for good in this universe that is greater than we are. It has been driving evolution towards expansion, towards the more, towards the greater for billions of years. It's not going to stop now and start going backwards. But we have to choose it. And so let us allow that choice to course through us and be our perception in all of the activity of our lives. And so take another deep breath in. Maybe just place your hands on your heart and just feel yourself right here and now in this space with these people. And feel that there is something here reminding all of us of the truth. And for this I am grateful. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you for calling us forth. Yes. That's what I like to say instead of calling someone out. You get called forth into a higher opportunity, a higher way of being. And I was thinking about this song that we're about to offer and how it connected with what was shared. And I feel that it really does connect. This song is called Sacred. And I had a revelation a number of years ago when I was living in Los Angeles, and I was part of Agape, which basically got me connected to Inner Light, which basically got me here. So it's all, connected. And I was realizing I was going through an experience, and I was noticing I was really scared. And I was like, I love words, and I love playing with words. And I looked at the letters. The letters are the same in the word sacred as they are in the word scared. You just have to move the C over. So we're only scared when we've forgotten that we're sacred. So when we remember that we're sacred, and we bring that into what Reverend Elisha was saying, and I literally had the same download during meditation of, oh my God, I've been giving up. And I had a spiritual guide come to me a few days ago and was like holding a staff and looking me in the eye, like telling me like, it's time to speak truth. And I was like, oh my God, I've been afraid of my anger. So the fact that that was a theme for today of honoring these feelings that are real and they're here for a reason, that's sacred too. And as we practice that and remember that, we can bring that into the conversations that we're gonna have that are challenging, right? And we can think of all the people that are on the supposed other side, which there is no side, right? And remember, wait, we're all sacred. We're just learning how to be with our feelings and communicate so that we can actually commune, come back together. And it's so deep. Thank you. And I feel like we're gonna all sing together. So this song is truly one that we get to sing together as you learn how it goes. And I think that it's gonna help us integrate what's been shared today. So that's my prayer. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, hey, yeah. Well, it only takes a moment now to show some grace. Give it up now, baby. Have some faith. Well, it only takes a moment now to show some grace. Give it up now, baby. Have some faith. 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 I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, yeah. I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, yeah. I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, one more time. I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah. Sacred is this life, and sacred is your breath. Sacred are these bodies in which we get to live. Sacred are our thoughts, and sacred are our dreams. Sacred is the reflection of every human being that is born and walks on this earth. And we are learning to see all of the truths that exist as reflections of you and me. Hey, hey. Remembering to breathe. Thank you for that reminder. I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, yeah. I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, yeah. I am sacred. Yes, I am. You are sacred. Yes, you are. We all are sacred. Let's keep it going. I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, yeah. I am sacred. I am sacred. You are sacred. You are sacred. We are sacred. So we must take the time to listen within, so we can remember our divine origins, and also to take the time to hear one another so we can move beyond fear. 'Cause when we start to understand where another is coming from, then we can see the truth, and we remember one under the sun. Yeah, yeah. I want to remember this, and I know you do too. 'Cause we all are sacred, and there's nothing left to do but to remember this. Yeah, you and we, let's bring it back and sing it all together now. I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, yeah. I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, yeah. I am sacred, and you are sacred. Yes, you are sacred. Yes, we are. Sing it one more time with me. I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, yeah. I am sacred, and you are sacred. We all are sacred. I am sacred, and you are sacred. and you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am sacred. Let me hear you. And you are sacred. We all are sacred. Yeah, yeah. It wants to keep going. Thank you. Thank you for that resonance in that prayer. I hope you take this home with you.
Can we just do that like more? Gina Renee and Seth Million 7 sound back experience. You are sacred. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to invite the band back up and our ushers to come forward. My friends, this is our time for our conscious giving to invest in our beloved community in this center to support all of the growth and expansion that is happening here. And so if you have a gift to give this morning, I invite you to bring it out and hold it in your hand. If you are online, just a reminder, there's a QR code and a text to give for you all to give right now, should you so choose to do so as well. And if you have a gift to give, hold it in your hand, place it near your heart, and repeat after me. For all that I am, for all that I have, for all that I give, for all that I receive, I am truly grateful, for it is all sacred. So let us just take this moment to drop ever deeper into prayer. To first just speak a word of gratitude for this community, for this group of people, for this space, for every gift given that magnifies and multiplies all that we do here. Let us just give thanks for the freedom that we have to gather in this way and do this work together. And in that gratitude, I then speak a word of blessing on every prayer in our prayer box that is on the prayer list in our consciousness that we are holding for this community, for every prayer that has been uttered, for every request that has been asked. I just speak a word of blessing, a word of yes, a word of healing for all of it. Yes. And into this space of healing, I also speak a word this morning for the 53 or 54 lives that were lost in Texas, of migrants seeking their freedom in this country. I speak a word of blessing, of love for each life, for all of the families and for those who are grieving these beloved souls. And then into this space, For anyone who is seeking physical healing or any healing in the body, I invite you to stand right now into your willingness to receive that wholeness. For anyone who is seeking anything healing in the areas of finances, prosperity, abundance, please stand into your willingness to receive that good. For anyone who is seeking any healing in the areas of love, of relationship, or forgiveness, please stand for your willingness to receive that love. And for anyone who is willing to stand for what is right, to stand for the world, to stand to be the power and the presence that is needed, I invite you to stand into that empowerment here into this space. And then here, as we all stand in this moment of collective awareness, I invite you to bring into this room anyone who is on your heart, who you want to include in this healing, and speak their name out loud right now. And so let us just say yes. For all of this and so much more, and recognizing that healing is happening right here and right now, that we call it in, we claim it, we accept it, we be it, we live it in everything that we do. Let us be the peacemakers. Let us be the healers. Let us be the children of the universe who reveal truth everywhere we go. I am grateful for this community, and each one of us is blessed and a blessing to and for each other and to the world around us. Let us carry this light into the world today and be it everywhere we go. Breathe in and say with me, and so it is. Thank you, my friends. Jason?
Let's take another deep breath, shall we? Thank you. And so now we have arrived at everyone's favorite part of the service, and the reason why you have all gathered here today for some announcements. First up, we have our essential earnest, which I'm going to invite Reverend Grace to come up and speak about. She has some wise words and some wisdom and love to spread your way.
I love your confidence. I'm going to be teaching Essential Earnest, which is one of the classes that's required for practitioner training. Even if you're not heading to be or intending to be a practitioner, these classes that are being offered help you delve more deeply into science of mind. And science of mind is a mind, life-changing experience. It was for me. I know it was for a number of you. And I want you to be able to talk about it, think about it, feel about it, and see how it fits. And the more you learn, the more you are likely to find out there's wiggle room enough for all of us in science of mind. The class is going to be on Saturdays from 10 till noon. It's going to be on Zoom so that you don't even have to get out of your pajamas. And then you still have plenty of time in the afternoon to go play. Come and join me for an experience of delving deeper into Ernest Holmes' words themselves. And there is a fee for the course. If you need to make payment arrangements, come talk to me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Grace. Next Sunday, we will be having a guest speaker and workshop. Greg Lavoie is going to be offering the workshop, The Stories We Tell Ourselves. Stay after lunch for that workshop next Sunday. We promise you do not want to miss that. We have our Felt Street Flea Market happening the third Saturdays in July, August, and September. We are still taking donations and we still need volunteers. As of this morning, there are only 2 spaces left available at the July 16th flea market. So if you are wanting to get involved and participate in that, see Becky. Becky, raise your hand. She is your point person. If you have a booth and you want to include yourself, see her. We have many opportunities for volunteering and getting engaged in our community. Right now, our biggest need is we need some greeters at the front door welcoming people into the sanctuary. We also would like someone who to operate our camera. If you know how to move a camera from left to right, you are that person. If you know how to click around on a computer, you are that person as well. This is a perfect opportunity to step into your stretching and growing edges. I promise it's a lot of fun. So please do participate in that manner as well. And check your e-news for all dates, times, and more. There's so much happening here at the center every single day. You do not want to miss it. Scan the QR code on your half sheet that was given to you as you walked in, or visit our website, cslsantacruz.org, for more information. And our practitioners and ministers are always available for prayer. If you have something heavy on your heart that you want to let out or vent, or if you want to celebrate any good news, or if you just want to be in prayer with someone, please seek out a minister or practitioner. They're usually gathered here up in front. They'd be happy to hold space for you. We have many special thanks today to Ellen and Christina. Thank you so much for preparing our snacks and our beverages. We would all be hangry people without you. Thank you. To our musical muses, the CSL House Band, and Gina Renee and Million7, thank you so much for blessing us with your muse today. Our media magicians, Susan Pankratz and Mohini Peters, thank you very much. Our practitioners, Reverend Grace and Tamra, and our speaker, Reverend Elisha, thank you. And we have something for, Leia's going to share something real quick with you.
I think this is when I was supposed to do it. Okay. Yay! Oh my gosh, this was so powerful today. And guess what? I want to party with all you powerful people. So please save the date. July 30th is a Saturday, and we are going to have a summer bash. It's going to be so exciting. Love Eternal will be blessing us with their music throughout the day. We're having a BBQ, food, games. So July 30th, more details will follow. Mark your calendars, because we're having a CSL party hosted by our Board of Trustees. Woohoo! Thanks.
And our last thank you to everyone viewing online, Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much for being here, everyone in the sanctuary. It's so lovely to see your faces. And have a great week.
Misunderstood, but now I got it. The word is good, so say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Say the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard? The word is love. It's so fine, it's sunshine. Say the word. Where I go, I've heard it said, in the good and the bad books that I have read. So say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Say the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard? The word is love. It's so fine, it's sunshine. Say the know what I feel must be right. I'm here to show everybody the light. So say the word.